Yeah.
I meet kids in Chiang Mai and there's like, yeah, you met one? It's like, yeah, I'm on gap year. So I'm like, America doesn't have that?
Yeah.
You fucking fuck! Oh shit. Brandon in the building.
What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
First time meeting in person, man.
I know.
Awesome.
Holy shit. We've been like messaging, both living in Canggu on and off, and then finally meeting in person.
Yeah.
I forgot to turn off the music on the TV. Hold on one sec. Okay, yeah. So, holy shit, we're here. We've been like friends on Instagram, you know how that works, and then you meet in real life. So, dude,
This is the new way. This is the new way to make friendships, man.
Cheers,
brother.
Cheers. On the screen, I got you. Check them out on Instagram. Founder of freedomlife.co. You know, we got Instagram. We got the helping influencers monetize their audience with e-commerce. So we're gonna get into like what he's doing with that. I'm potentially very excited to work with him for promoting my physical product, the sticky wallet.
Yeah, man.
Get that in the hands of more influencers. Like, such been sloughing on that.
It's a perfect product for it, I think, because it's so cool. It can make such good content.
Yeah, and everyone loves it. It's just been so busy with the agency and got a lot going on. But so let's do that as a part 2 podcast, all about the marketing and e-commerce. You guys can watch that after. But yeah, for now, like, holy shit, like, who are you,
man?
No, like, how did you get to Canggu? I know we know each other through Gavin. So how did you meet Gavin?
That's everybody, right? Everybody here. He's like the
small Canggu.
Yeah.
He's the wise Yoda of Canggu.
He's been my Morpheus, man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how far back to go, but man, graduated. I'll start here. Graduated university.
Yeah, we all did that.
Did the whole thing.
Start with that, yeah.
Yeah, most of us did that except for the real rebels, but I wasn't the real rebel.
Yeah.
So I went to university, got a mechanical engineering degree. Hated the whole process. Thought about dropping out a bunch, but I took one of those tests on the computer that was like, hey, you're supposed to be an engineer after you take it's like a personality test, but for careers.
Yeah,
but when you're 18, you're answering these questions like you know who the hell you are, you know? And they're like, yeah, engineer, you're perfect. You like math? And it was that was like the kinds of questions, you know? It's like, do you like math? And it's like, I can do math.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, cool, engineer, you know?
Yeah.
So did mechanical engineering at NC State, and then 2016 I graduated. But it was the weirdest moment, like the weirdest year was 2016 because I was about to graduate, and I was like, I felt so weird the whole year. I remember I gained some weight and stuff, and my big Italian family was like, you look so healthy now. And I'm like, really? Because I gained a bunch of weight. I feel like crap. Yeah. But I met Marissa junior year, but senior year was just like, I was in such a weird headspace because I was like, I don't think I want to do this, but I didn't know consciously that I could do something else. So it was kind of like, all right, I guess I'm going to like leave college now and do a job that I hate forever, because that was what I thought this was going to be.
That's what you do.
You know, so... But then I started doing things like Tony Robbins. My dad got me like a big Tony Robbins set and stuff, and got into like just personal development, Gary Vee, all these guys, you know. And then I was like, man, I could do something on my own, maybe, you know. So the amount of things that I tried along the way was insane. Like at first it was like real estate, because my dad had flipped houses for a while, so I was like, I could do that. But then I got messed up again because I saw guys like you, guys like World Nate. Remember a video of him I watched change my whole life like 6 years ago, and I'm like, wow, now you can do this shit on your computer?
Yeah, Nate, shout out.
Yeah, right? Now I can do this on your computer. So then I just started trying to figure something out. I did like a marketing agency on Facebook, you know, the Facebook ads, Ty Lopez.
Okay.
Like
SMMA.
I did that, but it was more because there wasn't a lot of like actionable like knowledge in there really. It was more just like, this is the idea. So I did like a Facebook ads lead gen thing where I did like chiropractors and local businesses.
Yeah.
And then 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, we got into affiliate marketing, and we're doing okay with that. And then came out here for a mastermind. We quit our jobs, and like 2 weeks after we quit our jobs, we came to Bali for the first time.
Fuck yeah.
And we were here for like 6 weeks. We took a one-way ticket. We're here like 6 weeks. Maybe we should have stayed longer, but you know how that goes. But we ended up going back home. We stopped in Hawaii, got to see my bro from like that I've been friends with ever since I was like in 4th grade.
Nice.
Which was awesome. And then was home, and then later that year we came to Bali again for like another like month. And then got back to the U.S. right before all COVID and
right before the vid.
Right before the vid, that happened.
The vid
and then we've been there ever since. And since then, I've been doing like e-commerce and more stuff like that because affiliate marketing is cool and all, but you don't own any of it, so you have to keep getting like new business and keep paying for ads. And like if Facebook craps out and doesn't like affiliate marketing, which it doesn't, spoiler alert, then you got to figure something else out. You don't have any existing customers. You don't have that big of a skill set. You know.
Always best to build your own brand, your own products, your own customers, following people. That's it. And by the way, Marissa's here. She's there in the background.
Oh yeah, you're probably in the camera over there.
Shout out. We're just here in my Bali Paradise Dream Mansion. As you do, villa life here in Bali. So and then you just got back to Bali recently?
Yes, we got back. Man, it took forever to get the visa, but we got back the end of April.
Yeah.
So we brought our dog out here. So we adopted a dog last year.
Okay.
And I remember we got the whole permit set up for the dog, and then like last minute, right when the visa got set up for us, the guy said, "Hey, you have like 1 week before your dog's visa expires, including the 5-day quarantine."
Dog visa.
Yeah, because if you look it up, they don't allow dogs in Bali to come in. So you have to go to Jakarta. They have to do a quarantine. It's this whole thing.
Yeah.
So we just like said, all right, let's do it. So we got here about the end of April. We've been here since.
Okay. Yeah. Come on, guys. You can do it. Just go through.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Head up a visa agent, and they'll tell you what to do.
Don't trust Google on any of this stuff because they will tell you no. Google will always tell you no.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, I mean like for the dog, and then like coming to Bali and stuff too, like that.
Yeah,
like,
there's always a way.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Look up on Google and learn, obviously, but I mean usually that first search will say no, especially in this day and age.
Google, the Google answer will say no.
Exactly.
Yeah, not to regular tourism, but it's you just have to get a certain type of visa. Hit up a visa agent; they'll tell you what your options are. It's always a way, people.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Story of life. So, and then how do you know Gavin?
Yeah, so we had just been like kind of like how we communicated, like a bunch of time through Instagram and like values aligned and different things like stuff we're interested in.
YouTube channel or his Instagram?
Yeah, it was his Instagram and YouTube channel. I think I actually saw him on Mike Vestile's podcast because I used to watch a bunch of Mike's videos all the time.
Yeah, dope.
Back in the day when I would just be at my job. Yeah. Back when I would just be at my job, hanging out and watching Mike Vestile videos all day long and videos on how to travel and make money online and all this stuff. But yeah, we went there and then met up with Gavin for like an hour at his place, that place in Peterson.
Yeah, I lived there.
Yeah, us too. Yeah, it was the funniest story, man. We met him for like an hour, and then he was leaving for Portugal, and then he's like, "Where are you staying?" And I was like, "Man, a hotel right now." He's like, "Bro, stay here." So we just ended up staying there for like a couple weeks, and we weren't going to see him again, but we were supposed to go to Thailand, and like right after that. But what happened was, and I probably going to butcher what happened. Marissa will probably know better, but I think our visa, we had to extend it, but it wasn't going to last, or I don't know, something happened with the traveling thing. So we ended up having to extend in Bali, but then Gavin had come back, and then we actually got to chill for like an extra month, which was like better anyway. Yeah. Being in Bali longer. Otherwise, we were only here for like the mastermind and like a week after. It wouldn't have been enough time here,
Nice. What mastermind was that? Was that the Mike?
It was yes, maybe some of the stuff. Stuff you did with Gary Kramer and stuff like the
agency stuff,
the affiliate marketing and all this stuff. It was an affiliate marketing conference. It was called Ultimate Freedom.
Okay.
And they brought us out here and we did like a week-long thing.
Yeah. I always tell people find that conference, that mastermind, and have that be your excuse to be like, Mom, Dad, girlfriend, I'm going to this thing. I'll never come back, but I'm going to this conference.
It's actually a really good point you brought up because this is the same, not like excuse, but like it's easier than to just say like I want to travel a lot and like be like my own nomad or whatever you want to say.
Wanderlust, but
yeah, but it's like you could say like, especially to like old school like guys like my grandpa and stuff. It's like no, I'm going there to learn how to make more money and stuff, which is also true.
Yeah.
But then it's also like just the gateway.
Or just I'm going to this conference. Oh,
exactly.
Great! I'm going to this business conference.
A business conference, exactly.
It's going to be 5 years.
5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I won't be coming home.
It's going to move locations a bunch.
As much. But no, that's obviously, how I initially came out here, this fucking conference. That was 6 years ago. Yeah, man. That
was 6 years ago. Was that here or was that in Thailand?
I was in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dropship Lifestyle Conference.
Oh, this guy, Anton Kraly, right?
Yeah,
this guy.
Yeah. I did a podcast with him, and I always thank that guy because he put on that conference, you know?
Exactly.
So,
it's not about like, you're not drop shipping right now, right? Like for the most part, right? So
no.
but it's that like gateway in there, you know? It's the same thing for us coming out here. I always think like Gary and stuff, because even though I'm not doing like affiliate marketing and stuff, it's like, you didn't try something.
Yeah.
You'll never be out, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Now we're out here and crazy times and living in paradise and shit.
Not so crazy here.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
What's been going on in the world? I don't know where we want to dive in philosophically or topically with what's going on. We got vaccine passports coming.
Yeah.
We got how was Corona for you? What's been on your mind these days?
Go anywhere, man.
Yeah,
I can fill you in a little bit on how it was back home during Corona.
How was Corona
during
for
the
you?
vid. It was all right. I mean, it was, where we live, we don't have like a lot of like friends that are like similar mindset stuff anyway. And I'm still in like the area where I grew up. My parents are there, or my parents are there. Marissa's parents are there, and it's great. So we did like family stuff, but it was just wacky. Everything was like shut down. I didn't get a haircut for like 6 months. So I actually grew my hair out like crazy, and I was like, "This is the excuse,"
Yeah.
The Corona hairdo.
Yep.
And it was just exactly what you see on the news. It was like everyone's looking at you for not wanting to wear a mask, and they're making it like. And I luckily or not luckily, depending upon which way you lean politically, I live in a very conservative area. It's like military, so everyone was kind of like on the side of just like, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
So not everyone around us was like, wear your mask and do your thing. But, still a lot of people were like this and didn't get to see like grandparents and stuff for almost 2 years now, So, that part's there. But, it's all, that's pretty much how that is.
Yep.
Your classic thing, nothing special. Nothing special. And then they started making it so where the businesses got fined, if they didn't let people in, but they can't forcefully kick people out. So it's like the government wasn't like taking responsibility for saying, hey, we're not letting like the mandatory masks in like buildings. So they would put it on the businesses and you could lose your business license. So then they have to hire this like poor college kid or poor like high school kid to stand up front and be like, do you have your mask, man?
Yeah, mask checkers.
Yeah, which is like, and then you have people that get mad and it's like they can't do anything about it. So, it wasn't too bad just because we're just working on our own anyway, going to the beach and doing our thing anyway. But even for the beach, they made this weird rule. We live like right on the coast. They made this weird rule where you had to be doing an activity. You couldn't sit and just chill on the beach. So like we would take fishing poles there and just like put them in the sand. And then so if anyone would come by, we'd be like, oh yeah, we're fishing, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. So if you're fishing or if you're running, you cannot get COVID. It's impossible. But if you're sitting there, it's all dangerous.
Bro.
Yeah.
Meditating on the list. I saw these big lists. It's like only permitted activities are walking, jogging, running, walking the dog. It's like meditating, yoga, like
working.
Just like do this. Like I'm doing yoga. I'm working out. Like where is the line? Oh god.
The logic. There's no line. It's just like a new thing.
What crazy times. Holy shit. And then like what were you like working on like the whole time? Yeah,
so this part was kind of cool. So for a while my buddy and I, like one of my best friends from high school, one of the only guys, because you have these guys from back home or girls or whatever, and most of them probably fall by the wayside if you're on this path of trying to do something different. But you always stay in touch with maybe a couple people or one person. And this guy, we've always talked about doing some business kind of thing together for a while. We set aside like, I don't know, $3,000 like years ago. We made this LLC, Leaven LLC, which leaven is what makes dough rise in bread. That's like the compound that makes dough rise. My buddy's a food scientist, so he came up with his name.
Okay.
Like, what do you want to do to the company? He goes, Leaven. I was like, what the hell is that? And he was like, it's what makes dough rise. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Let's rise.
So January of 2020, we started learning, like, we were like, all right, cool. We were doing affiliate marketing for a while, and then it was kind of like, all right, man, we want to do e-commerce. I want to do this for a while, and learn this and being around Gavin and seeing the possibilities and seeing actually what you could do, building brands and stuff, Sticky Wallet, all this stuff. I was like, yeah, we got to do this because I wanted to build like a full business, So me and my buddy, we were like, all right, let's do this, man. Let's do this. We paid a guy I'll leave his name out on Instagram to teach us a little bit of the ropes, and
All right.
he wasn't real helpful or
Okay.
responsive, these types of things,
Okay.
But then from there, we just, it was so funny. Right when we launched our first store, it was like right when the vid hit, it was like right there, and right when like China was like, oh, well, it's not going to be, everything got more expensive and all this stuff. So
Yeah.
it like crushed margins like right away. So yeah, we had started out doing like the traditional drop shipping style thing. And we'd been doing that for the whole year in 2020 through Q4, all that good stuff. And then into the beginning of this year, and it started like unenergizing us, just doing the same, like drop shipping, the pump and dump, like kind of like, just picking a product and running it up until like 19,000 other people copy you.
Yeah.
Or you copy them,
Yeah.
and then, it just after a while, it's like all the stories you hear about the people that try and tell you not to drop ship. It's a great model. You should still do it, But after you learn that skill, then you can kind of level up or do something else, build a brand, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, I describe drop shipping, it's advertising.
It's advertising.
It's advertising for, you're just selling it, you happen to be selling a physical product.
Exactly.
So it's advertising for a physical product. So it's an advertising project. You're gonna learn advertising, you're gonna learn copywriting, market research, keywords, conversion rates. So it's like, it's the way I describe like Amazon too. Like if your product doesn't succeed, like whatever, you just did a business in a box program for 6 months or a year, and you just learned everything. You built your own real life business. Like that's better than a 4-year degree, lots of people say.
Yeah. Even if it totally tanks. I mean, how much money do you spend on a degree? Like 60 grand or whatever?
Yeah.
Like even if you lose 60 grand your first business, imagine how much money, how much knowledge you've gained,
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah. And you pivot to your next thing, boom, boom, boom.
Exactly.
But yeah, drop shipping store, Amazon product, whatever, 5, 10, 15K, whatever. Yeah, compared to college. And you just had hands-on experience, and you learned everything from doing, which is the best way to learn.
Super low entry business type models. You don't have to. That's what's crazy about the world, man. I mean, you've talked about this plenty of times. You're living that life. All this stuff is like 50 years ago, even in order to start a business, not even 50, probably 20, you'd have to get like a $500,000 loan, put your whole life savings into a building.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You can't fail at that point. You can't even pivot.
Yeah.
So that's what's so cool about it,
Yeah. You're locked into it now. It's easier than ever to start a business. Hey, we have this thing, it's called phone. Yeah. Everyone buys shit through there. This magical portal. It's fucking crazy times. It's
you can teleport anywhere in the world you want.
Yeah, we can fucking teleport in 24 hours. You can be anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking teleport literally across the planet in 2 days.
And for anyone that doesn't think that it's not teleporting, that's fucking teleporting, man.
Teleporting.
It's just the first round of teleporting.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out how to do it instantly yet, but it's the same thing. You fall asleep, you can go to the airport lounge and have a few drinks, and you really teleport to the next place.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my first business class flight, Japan Airlines, on the way to Seattle. Gonna be sleeping the lay down. Yeah. I think they have the lay down, so excited about that. We live in crazy times, bros. I don't know what's got you fired up these days. You got a little bit of Instagram following. What are people asking you? And what's exciting? Yeah, man, the exciting thing is kind of like what we're doing now. So I had mentioned we did drop shipping for a while, and we kind of just, after a while, it was just kind of like, well, my personality type, I like working with people a lot. And with drop shipping, you're just in your computer. The only people you work with is like your suppliers, and it's just like one message here and there. It doesn't really count, right? But also, especially with everything with Facebook and stuff, I'm sure ads work great and stuff, but iOS update and all this stuff, and that stuff's not going to stop, in my opinion. I think it's just going to keep going with some of the tracking and stuff. Yeah. Amazon's probably way better and different with that, like, because you're actually on Amazon's platform and you're buying there, For us, it's like people are asking you on your phones now, like, will you allow Facebook to track you? And no. So, who's going to say yes to that? Facebook ads are getting harder to target. Yeah, I mean, for people that are like insanely good at it, I'm sure they'll probably disagree and they'll say, no, you can still do it, and you still can. But so we wanted to pivot a little bit too, because we just saw, our margins weren't amazing anyway, so it wasn't like we were running like a, $50 million business and just decided to stop doing that. It was like we had gotten good at finding products, we got good at building stores, conversion rates, all that stuff. All the back end was locked in, and it was like, how do we pivot? We had this conversation like 3 or 4 months ago, like, how do we pivot
and find a different way to get traffic that like is actually beneficial. So what we're doing now is we actually partner up with influencers 50-50 on stores, and we build them stores, we run the whole back end, and then they promote it. So
yeah, they don't have to do anything.
Yeah, which
it's
is
like, yeah, we'll create this revenue stream.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I used to think this is like a super like one-sided, like this is dope for us to like generate traffic, you know, but in reality, after talking with a bunch of these influencers and stuff, it's like every single month they have to go get, you know, new business. They have to go get new business every single month. You know, they have to like accept a new sponsorship from Coca-Cola, and you know, Cristiano Ronaldo who moved the bottle over, but you know, like to get a new sponsorship every month and just get like $1,000 or a few $1,000s or 10 grand, whatever it is for a shout out. But none of that stuff. It's always like if they disappeared for like 6 months, then their income would go away. You know, and a lot of these, you know, influencers online are like awesome at their expertise, which is like I don't have a big following because I'm not good at that. You know, we're good at the e-commerce side of things, but some of these people online, man, they have a knack for building like engaged followings. Yeah, you know, and they're good at it. But then the business side of things is you look and it's like, you know, other than like doing paid sponsorships and stuff, then there's nothing there. And you know, then you have like, oh, well, what about a merch store? And it's like, yeah, well, a merch store is okay, but how many people want to wear like, you know, Brandon D'Ambrosio shirts? Even if I had 100,000 followers, like no one wants to wear that because it's not like for a sticky wallet or something. This is like, it's not just about you. You could be the face of it and all this stuff, you know. But it's like it's also a product.
It's handy to use every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wonder that about merch all the time. I think about that all the time. Like, how many shirts can one person buy?
Yeah, right.
It's like, I understand if you have millions of followers, then you can get enough sales where it can be you can make full time from that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just like, how many like? Well, I'm a digital nomad. I have very little clothes, but I guess a lot of people buy a lot of shirts. And we back.
Boom. Little battery replacement action.
Yeah, battery replacement. You did a podcast before this. Yeah, know how it goes. I'm always super prepared, right? Yeah, I mean, what are some, you know, for I'm sure you got young hustlers that follow you. You know, what are the tips you would share to, you know, an 18-year-old, version of yourself? Yeah,
you know what's funny? These tips always change over the years. I'm sure you noticed that too, right? It's like depending upon what you've learned in life and stuff, and it's like your tips are like this way one year, and then later on you learn like, oh wow, this is deeper. But it's so funny because I think one tip, which is going to be a weird tip, is you can't learn everything through tips. I'm learning this is like this is something I thought about the other day actually. Like you can hear like this is what you should be doing and this kind of stuff. Like even like Marissa and I, like in the house, like she'll come up to me and be like, hey, we should do this thing. It's going to be like growth, like a personality type thing or whatever. And I'll be like, yeah, it's just not right now, you know? And then 6 months later, I'll come up to her and be like, have you heard about personality type tests? And she'll be like, yeah, I told you this like 6 months, and vice versa. Yeah. With stuff like this where like you can like read Hustle and all this stuff online, but you do have to experience some stuff too. But I think some cool tips would be, one, I really think like it sounds really cliche, but like reverse engineering what you want. And I'm sure everyone says this, but no one listens because I didn't listen. Because it was like, reverse what you want, reverse engineer what you want. And I was like, yeah, I just want a lot of money and be able to do whatever and blah, 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 blah. But you can't stop there. Then you have to actually pick something that will long-term get you there. Like if you can sit down and go, you know what, I'm thinking about my future. And if you extend out like what you're working on now, like a year or two, like will that get you what you want? Not necessarily saying you can get everything you've ever dreamed of in 1 year. Yeah. But meaning like when I first started trying to do like real estate, like wholesaling, that's location dependent 100%. So I was like, cool, I could be like free from a job,
a few inches
but
later.
now I can't be, you know, traveling the world and all this kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think another thing would be, so like reverse engineer for sure, but then pick something that figures out that reverse engineer. Like the exercise, like the perfect day, all this stuff is amazing. But then like really like take a little bit of time to figure out what you want to do rather than just jump into the first YouTube video that you see and start a business.
There you go.
Because that's really easy to do. And then usually it's not the first thing, and then you get excited, and then someone sells a course and you buy it, and that's all good. But like maybe it's not what you exactly want. Maybe affiliate marketing is your thing. Maybe Amazon's your thing. Maybe Shopify dropshipping is your thing. Maybe Facebook ads, you know, lead gen is your thing. But like once you see something that seems really cool, and like you see these big gurus selling the life of you can do this, then dive a little bit into it and figure out what the day-to-day is going to look like. And then, not that you always have to be working in your business, you can hire people out and stuff, but if you get into a business where I was doing like Facebook ad lead gen for companies, and stuff, and I was like, this is going to be great to get paid like $1,500 a month and stuff. I didn't run it right myself also is the other thing. Meaning like I didn't like position myself as an authority, so I was always getting like talked down to by like the big business people like, no, you got to do this and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't my type of thing, doing that. And and it is for other people. And that's just an example. But I guess I'm rambling a little bit. But yeah, I think if you like think a little bit about and actually dive into it, maybe reach out to somebody. That's another thing. If you reach out to somebody, maybe that doesn't have 3 million followers, someone will actually see your message. Because a lot more people will see your message than you think. Yeah. And change your life in a way. Like, if you see something like, hey, now I want to have this dream life. You do some Tim Ferriss 4-hour work week dreamlining, like we just talked about off camera a minute ago. Yeah. And now you're like, how do I get this? Then go into it and look through a few things, and then maybe reach out to a couple people in the space and be like, hey, man, how's your life? Like, what does it look like? Not people that necessarily have something to sell to you immediately. Yeah. But just like somebody like you or somebody, we all have our stuff that we sell and teach and stuff, but like, hey, how's your life? People like talking about themselves. You don't have to like get like a month-long consulting. Yeah.
Yeah, not just with online business models, but I say this all the time with fucking career paths. I was like, oh, you really want to be a doctor? Are you sure? Oh, you really want to be a lawyer? Hate to break it to you, but no, you don't. Yeah. No, you don't. Yeah. Society wants you to be that, and your parents and your grandparents want you to, but no. You actually don't. It's just glamorized in society, but really the day-to-day is have very little freedom. So if you're obviously watching this far, then you're not normal. You are one of the leaders, one of the not normal ones. You want to fucking live that life, bro. So
no, it's true. It's a hugely good point. Yeah. And it does go towards entrepreneurship too, because you can definitely get in the wrong business model, you can get in the wrong career, and that just sucks. Because then, even though you learned a lot, and then I think the second thing would be don't be too hard on yourself all the time. I'm the type of person that's really hard on myself. I take responsibility for everything, and that's cool. But like, sit there at the end of the day and just pick 3 things that you did well and only 1 thing that you sucked at that day. We've been doing this lately, Marissa. Nice. But like, usually at the end of the day, I'll be like, damn it, I should have done this, and I should have done this, and I could have done that better, and I could have done this better. And it's like, yeah, but maybe you signed on 2 clients that day. Did you think about that? Did you think about those 2 clients? Yeah. Or whatever it is, whatever the wins are. Yeah. And then just figure out how you operate. Don't try and do everything 100% on your own. You have partners in your business, right? Yeah, of course, yeah. Me too. I mean, this is the first business that I've actually had a partner with, when we started doing e-commerce. Before that, it was everything on my own. And that's cool, depending upon the model, I think, But I like it because then, I'm sure you butt heads with partners and stuff like this too, but it's always nice because then you have like 2 times the power. Yeah. Yeah. It's, that's always a question that I get. Is it better to start a business with a partner or by yourself? Yeah. And really think about that, because if you can do it by yourself, you make twice as much money. Exactly. But just put some good. Everyone has their own situation. Yeah, exactly. It's a great point, because there's a lot of stuff that you can do by yourself. So not everything should be partnered. Yep. But it's for me, having a partner, I don't think I would do. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Had me and Parker on this fucking same mission together. So, but I meet tons of plane nomads, like Jerry, he was just here. So many nomads, successful business. For sure. It's just them, solopreneur. And then, once you start making money, it's so easy to hire remote employees, VAs, or whatever, to start for $5-10 an hour. And then once you get somewhere, okay, maybe you can hire a full-time employee or partner with someone where it makes sense. But you can do everything, guys. Like, we have this, you can do everything. Yeah. But obviously in some situations, if it makes a lot of sense to do it with a team, for sure. So you're not on your own. Probably not starting out. That's probably a good point. You got to figure some stuff out on your own, unless you have like a buddy or like somebody that you're like really into this with, or something that you want to figure out, or like a partner or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, I would say definitely start out by yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
before you try and do something bigger and better and badder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, it starts with the, you know, side hustling on the side of your job, and then picking a business model. And I've been trying to figure this out. How do I? Because obviously people reach out to me. They're like, "Riley, I want to live that life," but I have no fucking idea where to start. All right, well, okay, being a digital nomad, location independent, whatever you want to call it, comes down to having your career being remote.
Yep.
You know, so what are you gonna do? Well, I don't know. Okay, well, you can do FBA, you can do dropshipping, you can do freelancing, you can do affiliate marketing. So how do people choose? So I actually, like 3 years ago, built this quiz. Yeah, it's been just sitting on my website, but I don't really promote it or anything. But in my new digital nomad starter guide, whatever, kind of revamping it, repackaging it, relaunching it, it's gonna have that quiz in there that helps people decide. Just like your career choice thing that says, you should be an engineer. Oh, perfect for society. You should be a fucking shoemaker.
By the way, they don't have they don't have business models, entrepreneur stuff in those careers. It's only jobs.
So everyone watching, of course, wants to be independent. Have your own, do your own thing. So so check that out.
That's a huge thing. Do that quiz.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere on my website or hit me on Instagram or whatever.
You save so much time, man.
And then I have a whole guide. I mean, the basis of my kind of starter guide is explaining like 10 to 15 different business models. Because I'm like, people are like, should I do FBA? I'm like, I don't know. Like, what's your situation? Do you have this much cash? Does physical product business, does that fire you up? Mm-hmm. Like, or the physical products like, like, but if I tell people, like, if Amazon FBA is really exciting to you, I don't want to confuse you, do that.
Right.
Do that. And whether it's your first product, I tell people has a 30% success rate. Mm-hmm. Do a second one, be prepared to do a second one and a third one. It's just like any startup. Yeah. Like 90% of startups don't get profitable. Mm-hmm. So same with launching any physical product. It's not everything is going to catch fire. My younger brother, for example, first product, no. Second product, no. Third product, boom, full-time business, making $4K a month within 6 months on Amazon. Boom. And now he's crushing it. He's got 3 brands on Amazon. Awesome. But what I tell people is just don't have too much paralysis by analysis, because hit the ground running. It's pretty much always the case. The business model that you start with and or product you start with will not be your breadwinner. Mm-hmm. It's always pivoting. This is the entrepreneur journey. But as we said before, if you do a drop shipping store or an affiliate marketing business or launch a private label product on Amazon, you're going to learn everything. It's a 6-month business school in a box. Yep. And not only do you is the price to do this way less than college, but you have the potential at the end of this program to make a full-time living and never need a job again. So college doesn't have that at all. You're in debt, and then you got to go find a job afterwards, and then you're paying $1,500 a month after paying for the college. Anyway, so just do that. You're going to learn copywriting. You're going to learn what SEO is. You're going to learn blog posts, content marketing, sourcing, branding, colors, logos.
You learn how you operate as a person too within that. You know what I mean? Like how you're productive.
Managing your time, like how to manage, finances, books, opening an LLC. Like it's really no better business school than launching your own small internet business. Like it's right there. Fucking boom. And then you make $1,000 a month. Like your product is like semi not successful on Amazon and profiting $500 to $1,000 a month. That's like a not successful product. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. This fucking shit just sits on Amazon and makes and pays for my bills. Yeah. Not too bad.
Buys my smoothie bowls or whatever it does.
Yeah. Pays for half of my monthly smoothie bowls here in Chingu. Oh, man. But, yeah, that's it. Do it. And then, you know, of course, in this digital landscape, new things come up. Like Jerry was just here before, and he does chatbot marketing on Instagram because that's a new thing that just launched. So, boom, his agency is now focusing on that. Boom. New platforms, new features. So when TikTok came out, huge potential, still huge potential. Like, you should probably pay attention. And any business should really pay attention to these new platforms and things.
Yeah, so, people tend to get stuck in like, no, I just do Facebook ads and I'll never learn anything else. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the people that adapt, those people are the ones that you will look up to and go, damn, how do they do it? They're doing that. Yeah. They're doing exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
They're adapting. They're pivoting. They're focusing on their core breadwinner, whatever you want to call it, and then they're pivoting and they're testing little things here and there. You know?
Yeah. The only thing consistent from here on out is there's every platform is going to have new features. It's like every day there's a new feature somewhere. Oh, yesterday, Telegram. Oh, you can finally do video chats. Okay, you know, Snapchat came out with the AR filters, you know, a long time ago. Okay, you can, if you're a digital, that's the cool thing about a digital marketing agency is there's so many forms of marketing now.
Exactly.
It's like, of course, you know, when you build your core agency, you should have that one niche, Amazon ads or, you know, the e-com stores. But once your company gets bigger, a digital marketing agency is so diverse. It's like, oh, we can offer this. Oh, TikTok just came out with this. Oh, we can offer this for our clients.
And it could be your job, or you could hire someone to learn about the new platforms. And now you're the instant expert in this.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So you have instant tentacles to reach into. Like we're going to get ready to reach into Walmart ads and Walmart store management and then social media management. So that's one perk about digital marketing agency, but again, not one business model is right for everyone. So
that business model is right for a lot of people for sure. So I wasn't trying to crap on that one before; it just didn't work for me. I'm a weirdo.
No, it's a people business. Running a marketing agency is a people business. Like before I had the agency, I didn't have fucking calls in my calendar all the time. Now I'm a calls guy. I have 1 to 2 to 3 calls Monday through Thursday. With discovery calls, so potential clients, and then update calls with clients, and mostly now my team handles those with current clients. And then you have your weekly team call. So it's calls. It's a people talking business. So that being said, though, you can automate a shitload. Like with content and these platforms now, Fiverr, Upwork, website, Instagram ads, you can productize agency services, which is everyone's trying to do that, and you can do that over time. But if you're gonna start your agency, and I just have been going through this, it's grinding, like just like any business. It's grinding, but it's a lot of phone calls and it's a people business. So if that's for you, if you're a good speaker, agency can be great. If you're not a communicator, then no, it's not for you. So yeah,
it's perfect.
Yep.
That's another thing. That's another tip is take a personality test. 16personalities.com or something like this, and learn what you are. Because if you're like a whatever it is, introvert personality type, then maybe that's not for you. Maybe it also is, because you could also be an introvert that gets on the phone with people all the time. But you could read all about like how you operate, and then learning how you operate. That's an insane thing. My partner and I are doing this right now. We're going through a bunch of personality tests. This way we can actually figure out which tasks and which parts of the business, not just that we've been doing, maybe we'll switch things up and do things differently because it's something that I'm actually better at, than each other or not, or we'll be faster at it or more productive or whatever. That's like a huge thing. If you can learn how you operate, man. Whew.
I was gonna have all my employees do this, and then it kind of slipped through the cracks. But and even all of us co-founders, so definitely do this. Huge tip: 16personalities.com is the most popular one. Fun fact: I was a speaker at the same conference of the founder of this.
Really?
I forget her name, but she made this website at the Nomad Summit 2017. Wow. I was a speaker, one of the other speakers, and so she was too. But it's super sick. Take the test. I got it on the screen right now.
And then read it after you get your results. Read all the tabs. whew, you'll be absolutely mind blown by yourself.
Yeah.
You'll be like, wow, this is me, but I also didn't know it, you know?
Yeah. So huge tip there, bros. That just reminded me. I'm definitely put that in that my beginner's guide thing.
Yeah, that's a big one, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm only dipping my toes into that. If you're in a relationship too, that's a big thing to do. Take that so you figure out how other people work as well.
Yeah, your employees, like how you know what they're motivated by. It's got all these things in there. Like
I was thinking about this, man. Instead of these damn vaccine passports, we should have 16personalities.com passports where you just walk around, you have a tattoo on your shoulder of like ENFJ or INFP or whatever it is. And then this way, if someone says something that rubs you their own way, you're like, oh no, they're just being them. Yeah. Rather than being an asshole.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Know what you got. Yeah. If you haven't done it after this video, then come on.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long, and it will be huge.
Yeah, I'm a promoter, so speak or get people fucking hyped up. Let's fucking go.
Well, that's your type, promoter.
Yeah.
Protagonist, bro.
Protagonist. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I've been an introvert all my life growing up until I kind of started YouTube, and then it kind of broke out of my shell.
Yeah, what's the promoter? What are the letters for that one?
I don't know. I don't remember
the letters.
E? It's E something.
Nice.
Yeah,
so you flipped the script, huh?
Extrovert, yeah. I'm a weird extrovert introvert. If you know me, I'm like extrovert. If we like, but I can be. Anyway, it's not about me today here, but what other tips? Just fucking do it. I don't know.
Just do it. Just try something and stick to it for long enough to know if it's something that will be work for you or not. It's like I don't know who said Ty Lopez or whatever. It's like really important to stick to something, but also important to know when to like take it outside. Like Mr. Wonderful says, take it out back and shoot it or something behind the barn.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing. It's like almost impossible to figure out when that time is.
Yeah.
Because we're in our ego and we're on all this thing. We're like, no, we've been working on this for this amount of time. And we just pivoted a few months ago, and it's like
pivot.
It makes you feel like, did I fail? Or It's like, no, of course not.
No, you made money to learn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great thing about your own business is like, and college alternatives. You make money, well, at least break even. Okay, maybe you lose money to learn. Way cheaper than college. I can go so many wormholes about college alternatives. Yeah.
Like anything. Like, go do anything as a college alternative.
Yeah.
Dig ditches or something.
It's like, that's better. Yeah. Oh, man, college is, There's
like a very few, small amount of people I think it's good for, but like 90. But even the small amount of people that it's good for, your degree can be condensed in 6 months. You know?
If you do some alternative program.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
not like actually it can be now, but it should be. They all should be. You shouldn't have to do like all this freaking this thing and this
all
thing. All
this prerequisites and it's but anyway, and then people are like, what about the college experience? And totally get that. And that's can be great for a lot of people, but on the flip side, it can also be horrible. There's binge drinking and just like, you know?
Yep. You can turn into one of these guys who like is like 50. That's like, man, those are the best 4 years of my life.
Yeah.
No. That's the worst selling point ever.
Your life's supposed to go like this.
It's supposed to go up.
Come on.
Yeah.
There'll
be these guys in my college like drinking with like the fraternities and stuff. They're like, oh, just a guy, and he's like 50. Yeah, man. And it's like,
yeah.
This is what this thing does.
That's it. So college can be many things. You know, it is what you make it. Like life, like anything. It's one thing if you're going into debt. It's another thing if you have a scholarship or if your family is paying for it. And you're not going into the debt. Obviously, it would be better if you just save your parents the money and be like, okay, let's do a fucking business with this. Yeah,
ask for them like even just a percentage of what they're going to pay for college.
Yeah.
Or take a gap year. I know this guy who's like making all this money. He's in one of these influencers we work with, and he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? He's 18, taking a gap year, man. Yeah. And I said to him straight up, I said, you're never planning on going to college, right? He goes, no, but like in the year, I can go have that experience and I can go travel a bit or whatever, and then maybe come back at the end of the year and show my parents my damn income statement for my business and be like, see, I could do this.
Yes.
And then you don't have to have the hard conversation. Yes. If you don't want. You could just be like, hey, I've taken a gap year.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to waste all this money and all this time. And then secretly, you're working on the business.
Yeah, secretly you're side hustling.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. You know what's going on. So yeah, tip number 5, gap year. I have several videos about gap year.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know, Americans, what's gap year? Other countries, something is called a gap year.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK and Australia, and
but this is like normal, right, for other countries?
It's the norm. I'm pretty sure it's the standard.
Yeah.
After high school, guys, let me blow your mind. There's a gap year before college, and what do? You go travel.
Yeah.
I meet kids in Chiang Mai, and there's like, yeah, you met one. It's like, yeah, I'm on gap year. So I'm like, America doesn't have that?
Yeah.
You fucking what? It's like I feel cheated. Like what? I could have had a whole year to like go travel and do whatever. And you know, some people, they don't have the money to travel. You know, you probably your parents are going to pay for much of it, and everyone's got their own situation. But at least you can work a job for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like take a break from the fucking school and tests and shit. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ! You just did that for 13 years straight.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You got to go right into it again.
Here we go, another 4 years, but this is the real 4 years where you really learn.
Yeah, for sure.
And you have to pay them all.
You have to pay them all this stuff. You got to learn something that is not probably beneficial for you.
Yeah, and you don't know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Let's just admit it. You don't. Even though you think you do, take a step back.
Thing.
It's going to change
I think
anyway.
I want to do this. It's like you're like, yeah, I've always been wanting to. Ever since I've been little, I wanted to do this. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That that's what you've been wanting to do? Who told you that that's what you want to do? And now it's like think back on that.
Yeah.
You know, was it your mom? Was it your dad? Was it your crazy uncle? Or who was it?
Brandon said at the beginning, reach out, find out what the day-to-day is like.
Yeah.
And find out, and then list out your values. And then I tell people this all the time. It's like, if your dream, basically what's your dream? If your dream life involves traveling a lot or international or visiting other countries, spending time in other countries, there is no other way than to have a internet-based career, a remote career. Anything else, like you're going to be based in somewhere. So, okay, for many of us, well, not just millennials, but we have international dreams. Everyone wants to travel the world someday. Mm-hmm. I've asked so many people, just like local, like chicks, whatever, like fucking random, you know, girl from Bali. I'm like, what's your dream? Or like, it's like so many, just like, oh, someday I just want to make a lot of money and have a nice home and travel the world. It always involves travel the world. So
always
breaker to you can do that while you're building your career. Yeah, preaching to the choir, but yeah, there should be a long quiz when we're 18. Like, what's your dream life? Okay, here are the things that will allow you to travel as much as you like and spend time in other countries, you know, in your 20s and 30s. If you're not location independent, then you just can't. So
you can't.
Yeah.
And there was a study done where people say like, well, I have a good job, man. I get a month off a year. That's a lot of traveling. Well, there's a study that was done where these people that take 2-week vacations, they're the actual happiest level or highest level of happiness right before they leave for the vacation. And then as soon as they hit that, there's like a couple of days of a high or whatever, but it never gets higher than like right before or like right when you get there.
Yeah.
And then slowly it starts to go down. And then of course the last few days it's like, fuck.
Oh, it's really fun.
I got to get back to this.
It's fuck.
I got to go back to that. And now you got to wait another year before you get those times off again.
Yeah.
And it's just not the way to do it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not the way to live.
Archaic model, like, come on. So, exactly. Oh, yeah, this is the other part. I'm going to make a new quiz for this. This is my other, I have some podcast or whatever that talks about this. This is going to be on the quiz for 18-year-olds. What is your desired amount of vacation time per year? It'll be like 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 4 months. And people are going to be like, 4 months?
It's going to be a trap, but there's going to be a good reason behind it.
Oh, guess what? You can. Like, there's certain careers where you can. And I'm not talking about being a teacher and having the summer off. I'm talking about being a business owner and being able and having employees that run your shit, and you take 4-day weekends, 2-week trips, 2-month trips, whenever you want, and the lines blur in this life between what's vacation and what's not. Like, I don't even know what's a trip anymore. What is it?
Yeah. It's like
this. I went on a 3-day weekend trip. Is that vacation? It's like.
So when you went to Komodo, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll talk about this. And I'm gonna do, like, during 2020, I did 3 months in Istanbul. Is that vacation? Is that traveling? No, it's just living my life.
Yeah.
So.
And that's when you get to really experience stuff, because when you do a 2-week trip, you have to plan everything, because you don't want to fucking waste just one of those 14 days. So you have to be like, today we're going to do this.
Yeah.
But then you miss out on so much stuff. How many times in your travels did you like have nothing planned, and then all of a sudden you're at the top of a mountain, jumping, backflipping off into like a lake or whatever. It's some like extreme thing, but it's like, wow. Imagine if I had like a strict plan for the day. We have to go see this museum. We have to do this tourist thing. Yeah. Because that's what we have to do. We have to take a picture and show our friends back home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I set days out, for touristy stuff.
Sure.
And like, when you get to a new city, you want to do all the touristy stuff. Yeah. It's like when I blow like young people's minds. What if you could live your life on vacation? And that really hits with a lot of people, because everyone loves vacation, as you just said. It's the highlight of the year. We work our whole year for vacation.
Right.
It's all about vacation.
That is what we work for, because no one would take a job that had no vacation. So that is exactly what we're working for.
Yes. And like Hawaii, Bali, Mexico, places in Europe, all these vacation destinations. Why do people go there when the chains are off? So when they're free to go wherever in the world, they go to these places, and it's like, I gotta pinch myself every day. I am living every day. We are living every day on vacation.
It's insane.
Because we're in a vacation destination, but it's our regular. So my life is like flip-flopped. I go home 1 month a year, and then the 11 months of the year is on vacation.
Yeah.
It's complete. Yeah, it's just.
It's crazy you pointed that out about like having to remind yourself. I did this recently.
Yeah.
Like we were on the bike, and I was like, "Hey, hold up!" I was like, "Look at this."
Yeah.
God damn! Look at where we are. And it's like, it's the 3rd time we've been here, so it's like one of those things. It's like, we're going back. We get all the places, we know all the stuff. But it's like, if I would have told me, as like a 15-year-old kid, not even 15, 10-year-old kid, like one day you're going to literally, like, this is one side of the world, and you're going to go, whoop, and you're going to end up over here, and you're going to spend time there. Not like a week, not a mission trip, although it can be a mission trip.
Yeah.
But like, you go there, and you're not going to have to live in a bungalow or whatever. You can actually do, because this is what people think back home sometimes. One of my family members was like, my buddy traveled to South America, and she was like, so would you live in like a bungalow or something? And it's like, yeah, for a couple of days actually. But no, but it's like, you have to remind yourself, like, this is crazy. Like, this is how life is. Like, there's no... It shouldn't have this line where you have vacation, not vacation. It should be like, if you want to be in your hometown for 8 months, be in your hometown for 8 months.
Yeah.
If you want to not.
Yeah. That could be a good title for this video, how to live your life on vacation. Because it's like, that resonates right there. Like, because as we're saying, that like, we work all year, and then people, it's like vacation. So it's like, anyways, guys, you got these things you can do. Fucking find my digital nomad starter guide if you're one of those ones that I don't know what business model to pick.
Take that quiz. That would be huge.
It's my part-time job to help guys, unlock location independence. But and Corona just accelerated it. So now more people work remote. So part of the guide and the quiz is a remote job the right fit for you?
Right.
And now more jobs, you can take your job remote now. So there's a section on there about how to negotiate a remote work agreement. I've interviewed some people who have done that. So and we are back, folks. And this next section could be called "Why Jason Silva is So Awesome." I don't meet many people who follow him or know about him. I followed his YouTube Shots of Awe. Discovered it in my YouTube discovery days back like 2013, For those of you who don't know, just follow him. Philosophical freestyler. He does these talks. My editor will put some clips in there.
Yeah.
He's just like doing these like fucking these.
We are the only
species here. The first time in history, the fact that one day in the future we will die. And he does these fucking things. How did you find him?
I think it was through Brain Games. I honestly think it was. I think I had followed him maybe just through like other people following or something like originally. I saw like maybe one or two of his videos, but like Brain Games is this Netflix series where they talk about how the brain works, and we were just talking about this, how God forbid that we learn how our own brain works, or we even use it a little bit. And then, there's just like mind-blowing stuff on the show, and then I think I started diving into to his stuff then, but I do think I knew about him beforehand.
Yeah.
I haven't dove in like super deep, but whenever there's a video pops up in my feed and stuff, I usually watch it. If I have the time, because it usually captivates me, because a lot of times it's the kind of like way I think. Like you said, you don't meet a lot of people, and I don't meet a lot of people that even want to like discuss that kind of stuff. You know, or just thinking about anything aside from anything. Just like it's like, isn't that interesting how this works, and this, like you were saying, like it's just cool.
Yeah, so follow tip number 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
Is follow this motherfucker on Instagram and on YouTube, and
Jason
like
Silva.
just reading his recent uploads. How play empowers us, breaking boundaries, how to get out of your comfort zone. The future of autonomous driving is here. Breaking the life loop now. The future of psychedelics. Psychedelic trust, burning man synchronicities, dreaming with our eyes, psychedelics for mental health, the usefulness of rediscovering wonder.
Yeah.
So he does
wonder. He talks a lot about wonder, right?
Shots of awe. He does like these 2 to 5 minute little clips all about wonder and awe and emerging technologies.
Yeah.
And just like any different philosophical, scientific, psychological subject, he just fucking... And he freestyles this.
Yep.
It's called philosophical freestyle. He gets into this flow state, and he's like read a million books, and he's just like spitting this knowledge in like a very
there's almost like a rhythmic way like to it.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting, especially because you can like kind of see when he clicks into that flow and hits it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
And that's what he does. And so I haven't seen any other person ever do what he does.
Yeah.
So it's something very unique in this philosophical freestyle thing. It's kind of like a spoken word, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's like it's music and lots of sick editing put into it. And
it's like this guy, like you've seen this guy like Prince EA or Prince.
Yeah.
He does like the spoken word, right? But it's like it's different, obviously.
That's
but like
written.
That's written. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not freestyling, but that is the like spoken word style thing. And if you've seen him, it's like that, but it's like nothing's been written or planned. And then he just gets into this thing and like something clicks, and he's basically like thinking out loud almost.
Yeah.
By consciously making it.
I'm sure he's got the things lined up, but
sure.
Yeah, but you can see how he flows. Like
Yeah, it's
you
super
know
cool. He's always like in the
flows.
forest or like in the woods or in the grassy plains or just like places where he's literally on a walk and be like, hey, actually film this. I have a thought.
Yeah. It's like, for, people like you and I, we see that guy, that all of that exuberance, that passion about life, about these current crazy times, this like technological revolution that we're going through. And he's speaking with such energy, such passion.
Yeah.
For those of us who have that fire, so passionate about life, it's like, that's the channel.
Beautiful thing. Yeah. You'll learn a lot there, and it also will probably spark ways that you can think for yourself too. Like it'll spark new things, and then you kind of get into this habit of like diving into your brain and thinking, and it helps you come up with new ideas. And it's like almost a gateway drug. He's like the gateway drug. Yeah, the Silva.
It's
Silva drug.
Yeah, it's a shot of energy. It's a spot. There's shots of inspiration. So like if you're feeling down or you need some inspiration, fucking watch some of his shit.
Yeah.
It's like I remember that shit just got me fired up during my hustle days, like dreaming days, I guess.
Yeah. Where you watch it and then you're just like walking around the room like, what do I do now? Let's do it.
Yeah. It's very, very, very sick shit. Follow him, and I have my list of top 5 influences. People, he's in my top 5 people that have influenced me in my whole life.
Wow. Who's the other 4?
Tim Ferriss, of course, with 4 Hour Work Week.
Right.
For obviously the whole digital nomad lifestyle is Tim Ferriss is the god.
Yep, the god.
And then the Jesus, I call him. And then Joe Rogan in terms of psychedelics, fitness, just overall curiosity.
Yeah,
and
that's the perfect way to put it,
creator
curiosity.
having interesting conversations, maybe want to be a podcaster.
Yeah.
And then Casey Neistat in terms of the vlogger, also the energy, the curiosity, the childlike curiosity. So Casey Neistat. And then also the fifth one is, who can I think of the fifth one? Can't think of it right now. What about you? Do you have a biggest influences?
I haven't like thought about like a full top 5, but man,
top 3, 2, 1, whatever.
Who
have been your biggest influences?
Well, Jordan Peterson's been really big for me.
Jordan Peterson.
For a lot of reasons over the past few years, especially just like about being a man and about, of course, if you don't know exactly who he is, but you've seen a little bit of him, you've probably seen like the bullshit videos about him on YouTube where is in the news or like on BBC getting like railed for no reason.
Yeah.
But I think Jordan Peterson's a big one for me. There are some other influences that are smaller, like World Nate, man. I remember we haven't met in person. We talked a few times. He was a huge influence because I remember
my last one. Yeah.
Do what?
I remember my fifth one, but sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, it was just I was doing a different business. The locations depended on real estate and stuff. And then I remember I was at work, and it was this video, and I've sent it to him. I've shared it multiple times on my Instagram. I called Marissa, and I said, "Okay." And I was just like, "Oh my God, I have to talk to you when we get home." Like this is like how insane this was for me. Was just massive for me. Just showing me the stuff, the different way. I'm sure at some point I would have seen it, social media. I would have seen it somewhere else, but he was able to put it in a way because he's like such like a little kid with stuff, and he's not like, I'm this big bad, like killer. But even though he's a secret killer, actually also, but he's number 2, and then or not number 2, maybe 1. I don't even know. Tim Ferriss is huge for me too, obviously, because he started all this. He's like literally, like you said, he's the god. He's like the cult leader for all this. Yeah, if you haven't read it, but if you're watching this podcast, you've read it or at least heard him talk about it. I'm sure.
Audiobook, listen to it. That's also an option.
Yeah, and then just like littler influences too, kind of like guys that got me into like certain things, like Gary Kramer with affiliate marketing and stuff like this, and even Mike Vastil, like lower guys like this too. Not lower guys, but like guys that aren't like massive on the scale. And then you got your classics like Tony Robbins and stuff like that. Who else? No, I can't think of any more on the spot, but I'm sure I will. And like you said, you got my 5th. Like I'm sure I'll pop on some more.
Plugged right into it. How I met World Nate. Jabril.
Oh yeah, Jabril, man. Yeah.
We have fucking Jabril, Jason Silva, Tim Ferriss, Joe Rogan, and Casey Neistat. All those combined, that's like me. It's like all.
Yeah.
Tim Ferriss, of course, the digital nomad lifestyle. Of course, Jabril, digital nomad lifestyle, but traveling the world and having through and making dope content.
Insane.
Like that. And also having your marketing company on the side. That was just like, I would fucking want to be Jabril. Rogan as the podcaster, the just childlike curiosity.
Yeah.
Conversations. Also the kind of the meathead,
Yeah, sure.
Into sports and fitness, and as a American kind of whatever jock football player, whatever he's into, that kind of stuff. And then Jason Silva, the philosophy, the talking about exponential technologies and psychedelics and just passion for life. And then Casey Neistat, again, childlike curiosity, vlogging, and being a vlogger.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 more actually. I got 2 more. One, you've met the Swans? Yeah, they're and for a specific reason, because you grow up in like entrepreneurship. If you're watching this and you're starting out and you're in a relationship, don't let everyone tell you that it won't work out, because that's kind of like the main thing. Like, oh, it won't work out. Like, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Now, if you're trying to do like entrepreneur digital nomad stuff, and your significant other is like a nurse or like a doctor or something is probably not. I understand it probably won't work out very much, but seeing the Swans, and they like actually are both like entrepreneurs and they travel the world together and have this family, it was super inspiring to me, and kind of gave me validation, because I was always like, I want to be in the relationship, but I'm happy with it. But like you hear all this outside stuff and it's like, you shouldn't do it. And probably in most cases you shouldn't starting out. But then there is those little times, and they were one of them. So it was cool. And then the last one, Unstoppable Family. Yeah. Unstoppable Family, Unstoppable Surfer. What are the other ones? Yeah, Rhonda Swan. Anyway, and then the last one would be, as dumb as it sounds, it's a comedian, Chris D'Elia, actually. Because I used to watch his stuff. Didn't inspire me to be a comedian, that's for sure. But I would listen to he had a podcast a long time ago, 10-minute podcast, where he just like dicked around with his friends for like 10 minutes, little 10-minute clips, and I would laugh in my cubicle at my internship as an engineer in high school. And I remember there was one, so I got into him and I started following him, and I remember there was one interview that he did where they were like, well, how'd you become a comedian? He was basically just like, I liked laughing and I wanted to learn, and I eventually figured out that I can make this my job, like just telling jokes and being a silly goose. And I remember thinking, whoa, like he figured out how to make laughing his job. And I was like, what else can I do? And I don't know how much of an inspiration that actually had on me. I think it has more than I thought it did, because it was before that time I wasn't really thinking about doing anything else. And I remember that being like this little like seed, like you can actually do something that's different. If you like put your mind to it, work hard, all the inspiring stuff, all the hashtags, But that's another one, and just doing it, man, doing it for what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly. Comedy as well. I forgot Joe Rogan is one of mine for the comedy as well.
Yeah.
I grew up huge fan of stand-up, huge fan of
Me too,
comedy. Loved laughing. Everyone loves laughing.
Yep.
Super feeling good and proud of myself that I did my first stand-up.
Go check it out.
Just last week. Check it out.
It was good.
Channel. Always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge fan.
You inspired me, man. I got to do this one time. It's not like I want to turn into be a comedian, but I think I got to do it once just to get up there and bomb.
It was one of the most nerve-wracking things that I've done. In terms of leading up to it, the month before, I was like,
oh, wow.
I can do this or I cannot.
Right.
And just committing to doing it.
Right.
There was a point where I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's just too much brain energy. I got to write jokes. I got to write out a set.
Yeah.
The agency is like, it's going right now. Lots going on. It's semi-busy. Like, I don't need to.
Right.
But my girl here had actually done it twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was my excuse, where it's like, I would feel like a dumbass if I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you do it. It's like, I would feel like a pussy if I didn't fucking do it. But I was so nervous. It was like total out of your comfort zone. This microcosm for life. And then I was like, I don't have time to write these jokes. And then the moment that you commit, it's so simple to commit to shit these days. What was it? It was a simple DM to the Bali Comedy Club.
Damn, were you scheduled in or something? How do I join?
I would like to sign
up
for open mic days. It's a simple DM, and it just shows you with anything in life now.
Yep.
Sending a simple DM.
What can change everything?
Fucking everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It can change everything, man. And that goes back to like Gavin's been a big influence on me too, and how we met. I was sitting at the lawn, and we had and he was leaving, and I told the whole story and stuff. But I sent him a DM. I was just like, damn, he's gonna leave for the next day. I was like, hey man, like I'm here. I know we connected a few times. I literally said like, what are you doing tomorrow? And it's like just a simple message to somebody can change everything. And it's like that goes this and this and this and this and this, and you can see the dominoes after the fact, but you can't see them beforehand.
On this podcast because of that DM.
Exactly.
You've been friends with Gavin. I was friends with him. Because of fucking all of my fucking law of attraction.
Yeah.
You would say.
Yeah. It's the truth, man. It's insane.
Through Jabril.
Oh, through Jabril. Nice.
So I met Jabril.
Jabril's out here, right?
Yeah, he's back out here.
Yeah, man.
And I was actually supposed to do another podcast with his brother today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently he got the vid.
No.
So anyway, but we're gonna do it remotely.
Oh, okay.
Sun, it's getting a little bit dark. I think that's our cue.
It's our cue.
Hit Paradise in Paradise called
Labrisa.
Yeah.
Place is insane.
Yeah, that was dope, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for having me on. I really appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, you know?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like something you think about and then all of a sudden, boom.
Boom.
Simple DM.
Destiny.
Simple DM, right? I was like, damn, he's leaving soon. I was like, fuck. Hey, when are you leaving?
Fuck yeah. DMs, use your DMs. Just
Yeah.
Hashtag, all the hashtags.
Yep. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Eat some fish at Labrisa.
Woo!
This was fun, man.
Yeah.
A good time.
Living that life. We just living that life. Talking plus living that life. We just living that life. You're listening to the Living That Life Digital Nomad Podcast. Hit the subscribe button on iTunes if you're a boss. And check out the YouTube channel for dope travel videos. Let's get it.